From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Keeping pedestrians safe now on daybreak. The city's plan to eliminate all traffic deaths within the next decade. And funding on the line. The city department under threat if changes are not made.
News 8 Daybreak starts now.
Crews are cleaning up storm damage in some areas this morning. Take a look at these pictures in Franklin that a viewer sent us. These were taken at around 2:30 this morning on Kentucky Street. You can see trees falling onto a car, and there's damage there. As we get daybreak this morning, we'll have a better idea of just how much damage there is. But as we start this Wednesday morning here on Daybreak, thanks for being with us. Marcus Bailey's here with the forecast, and we had some strong storms roll through last night.
We had that tornado warning shortly after 9. Started in Morgan, then Johnson. Obviously, we showed you what happened in Franklin, and then it moved into Shelby County. So it happened when it was dark. I don't know if we had like visual confirmation of anything touching it. So what we'll have, the Weather Service will go out and survey the damage. We did have some indications on radar that it may have likely been a tornado, at least briefly on the ground, doing some of that damage there. But nonetheless, yes, a lot of people are kind of have to clean up here as we'll approach daybreak here in the next 90 minutes to kind of get a good bird's eye view of what happened last night. And on top of that, I mean, it was like torrential downpours.
Yeah, some areas got a lot of rain.
A lot of rain. Now, I've been joking around a lot this week that I haven't seen a drop since Saturday. I picked up about 1.25 inches at my house
You were due.
And some areas down around Greensburg almost got 4+ inches, which that's way too much, right? And unfortunately, I think we might be in that same boat the next couple of days because of all that moisture. Now, some of these damage reports, obviously, we showed you what happened down in Franklin here. That was one of several wind damage reports that happened last night. Hancock County, Morgan County, where we had some of those tornado warnings, Clay and Vigo out toward Terre Haute, and even up around Lafayette and Tippecanoe County with some wind damage reports. We're all quiet now. The rain has moved off to the east. We're probably going to be in for a lot of quiet time here coming up for the day today. 73 right now, southwest wind at 8, dew point temperature sitting at 73 as well, so it is super muggy. Warm front continues to move north, and so that's going to open the door to even hotter temperatures for the day today. We hit 88 yesterday before those storms started to fire, which matches the hottest of the year so far. I'm going to go 88 at noon, 5 p.m. temperature at 90. All right, 90. I changed that on the thing. It just didn't update on the graphic, unfortunately. But I feel like we're going to get to 90 later on this afternoon, and we'll have feels like temperatures close to 100 degrees later today. So if we hit that 90, it will be the hottest of the season so far. All right, and I think everybody's going to be at 90 for the most part. We do have some storm chances, though, we have to keep an eye on late tonight up north. There's a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe storms. And then across central Indiana, a level 2 out of 5 risk for tomorrow night. Coming up, we'll walk you through the timing of these storms and when we might get some heat relief. It's in my Storm Track 8 forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Deputies in Tippecanoe County say a motorcyclist is dead after a car hit them. The sheriff's office says that an SUV was trying to turn left from southbound US 231 onto Veterans Memorial Parkway and hit the motorcycle, which was going northbound. The motorcyclist was taken to the hospital where they later died. Deputies say the driver of the SUV was not injured. Safety on the roads is a concern this week after 3 pedestrians were killed over the last few days here in Indianapolis. News 8's Kat Sandoval spoke to safety experts about the issue.
6-year-old Jari Spencer was fatally struck at this intersection of East Washington Street and Church Road. It's a busy intersection with ongoing constructions and cars flying by.
Washington Street is by far the worst street in Indianapolis. From the west to the east side, the entire thing has been a terrible street for not only pedestrians and bicyclists, but motorists as well.
Founder of Safe Streets Indy, Eric Holt, says Vision Zero, the city's plan to eliminate traffic fatalities by 2035, is falling behind when it comes to keeping people safe.
Other cities who have tackled Vision Zero have gone out and done things like, 30, 40, 50 rapid response quick build programs at these most dangerous locations. And Indianapolis is just not doing anything like that yet.
He says cities like Milwaukee have outpaced the Circle City with plans for 60 traffic and street safety projects this year alone. But one Indy Vision Zero spokesperson says the strategies being implemented are working. He says fatal crashes decreased by 16% in 2025 compared to a year before.
The most important key component of that and how we're going to determine success is having the community's buy-in. Understanding that when you're driving or you're riding your bike, to do it safely and making sure that you're paying attention on the roadway.
Holt says the numbers still show there's still more work to do. More than 10 pedestrians have been killed in Indianapolis so far this year. And within a mile of where Spencer was killed, 4 people have died in traffic crashes this year, while dozens of pedestrians and cyclists have been hit.
The work that's being done is just not happening fast enough.
Level says it's a community-wide effort involving the Department of Public Works, the police department, and the public working together. As for Washington Street,
Indigo is doing the blue line. Part of that process is doing some lane reduction in that effort. And we know from the red line that after that installation, the post analysis of that was it actually reduced these types of fatal crashes.
Level says crash review teams are now examining the deadly crashes from this past weekend and will use their findings to recommend future safety improvements. I'm Kat Sandoval for Wish TV, wishtv.com.
And the mayor of Hammond is instilling new confidence in the likelihood of the Chicago Bears moving to Indiana. City Council meeting yesterday, Mayor Tom McDermott Jr. answered questions about the Bears' potential move. McDermott has called the potential deal like hitting the lotto for Northwest Indiana, highlighting Hammond's location and the development opportunities.
People are going to be coming to Hammond, Indiana for Super Bowls, for football games, for concerts. It's pretty amazing. I want to keep in mind, too, there's hundreds of millions of dollars of infrastructure that's going to be done to improve the traffic patterns, improve the drainage, improve the parking. It's beyond your wildest dreams. The Bears are a multi-billion-dollar organization. They're doing study after study on the environmental, on the noise, on the smell, on the traffic. They're looking at every possible angle you could look at, and they're still committing to Hammond, Indiana. The Bears are coming to Hammond, Indiana. Okay, I want you to know that. Thanks.
He's clearly confident. McDermott says that he expects a final decision from the team by the end of this month. Here in Indianapolis, City County Councilor Michael Paul Hart says funding for the Indianapolis Office of Public Health and Safety could be on the line if changes are not made following an internal audit. OPHS has a budget of nearly $30 million. Among his proposals, Hart wants OPHS to establish standardized procedures for managing contracts, invoices, and contractors, while also requiring ongoing staff training and in-person ethics training for all levels. He says that the goal is to improve accountability and ensure taxpayer dollars are being properly managed.
As we move into the budget season, they've got plenty of time, considering that they've been working on it, to get this taken care of. Because at the end of the day, responsibility is the standard.
And we really have addressed a majority of those responses already. So, I hope to be able to go before council at some point later this year and report out that we have addressed everything in this audit.
That's the director of OPHS. The organization says it's already started implementing recommendations identified in the audit and remains committed to strengthening its operations. A new report is showing a shift in how cyber criminals are stealing your personal information. The Identity Theft Resource Center just released its 2026 Trends Report, and it revealed how people are being compromised. iTeam's Kara Kenny explains how you can protect yourself.
This report shows 26% of identity theft victims are dealing with more than one incident. That shows these are no longer isolated incidents, and this can happen to anyone. The Identity Theft Resource Center, a national nonprofit, analyzed experiences of more than 6,000 people. It found a 78% increase year over year in unauthorized access to computers and phones. This is the first time it's surpassed scams as the primary threat for adults 35 to 64. What's the difference? Scams require your active participation. Unauthorized access means you did not give permission. For example, you were hacked and someone downloaded malware onto your device.
We're seeing those come back because AI makes them so easy. They can find vulnerabilities in software. They can find a way to exploit that vulnerability and creating different kinds of malware. And it's very, very easy for them to do.
The bad guys don't need any skills.
If you can write a prompt, you could write malware. So this is all a reflection of these trends we've been seeing building since the launch of ChatGPT 3 years ago. We're now beginning to see some of our worst fears come true.
We've told you about traffic enforcement and bank account scams. The report also found these types of account problems are the highest volume scam type. 74% of victims shared high-value personal information.
Account scams are so effective because we have bank accounts. We have accounts with the government, our local government, our state government, our federal government.
ITRC says less than 10% of identity theft victims get their money back.
The more money you lose and the more sophisticated the attack, the less likely you're going to find a resolution to whatever has happened to you.
Typically, identity theft victims find out they've been compromised when they're contacted by law enforcement or they can't log into their accounts. Experts say the best way to protect yourself is to continuously monitor your credit report. Kara Kenny, I-Team.
A man is in critical condition after a shooting on the city's east side. Police say they found the man shot on East 10th Street and North Drexel Avenue yesterday morning. Officers say with the help of witnesses and cameras, a person was detained. They've not said how that person is involved in the shooting, and police have not said what led up to that shooting. Time now is 5:12. This is day 2 of Colts minicamp. The team kicked off camp yesterday with quarterback Daniel Jones working his way back after that Achilles surgery. Angela Morian caught up with the QB to see how he's doing.
Day 1 of mandatory minicamp, and quarterback Daniel Jones is picking up right where he left off at the end of OTAs last week. His recovery from last year's Achilles injury still on schedule. He likes where he's at right now.
I think I'm closer. I think there's still work to be done. I wouldn't say I'm all the way there at this point, so I feel good about where I am and kind of where the rehab's taken me to this point.
Very happy with his progress. I mean, he's hitting all his landmarks each and every week, every day, putting in the work. But he's feeling good. It's good to get him out there last week in 7-on-7, do it again this week. Then I know he'll work tirelessly this summer, to be ready for training camp.
Steichen says Jones could be participating in 11-on-11 drills right now, but the team wants to be extremely cautious in his recovery process. The expectation is for all that to start in next month's training camp. Even while limited, though, Jones's relentless work ethic has been noticed by his teammates.
He's in early, working on his body, leaving late, getting the extra work in that he needs. And that stuff's contagious, right? I mean, it works for the receivers. We see that. We want to make sure we're on our game. O-linemen want to make sure they're on their game, running backs, tight ends. When you see your quarterback coming in to work every day, it makes you want to raise your game, too.
6 months out there running around with the guys is pretty impressive. I think some of these injuries, 8-9 months right in there, and he's kind of on track, or maybe a little bit ahead of schedule. So very pleased with that.
Part of Jones's rehab is testing how he responds in game situations.
One of the later stages, reacting and trying to build drills where you're simulating a game and having to react. You're not able to plan or predict. And so we're doing that. The guys here I'm working with do a good job of scheduling that in and making sure we're hitting that and working on that stuff.
Plenty of work to do for the rest of minicamp. Angela Morian, Wish TV and WishTV.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at WishTV.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Every day as a small business owner feels like solving a puzzle. One moment you're cruising along, and the next, there's a shipping snag that has you scrambling. But here's a surprise you will like. With Progressive, small business owners save 13% on their commercial auto insurance when they pay in full. So go ahead, surprise yourself. Get a quote in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.